So, what day is it today? Today is Wednesday. So it's kind of like the middle of the week. Where are we? Right there. So I've done a few camera changes and I want to see what they look like live and on the air. So I decided to just turn on the machine and go live. So this is what we've got. So what kind of changes did I make? Well, I've been working on that Sweet Sleep show. So the Sweet Sleep show is not on this channel. It's on another channel completely. So it doesn't get shown here. So over on this one, everything seems to run without a problem. But when I'm doing the Sweet Sleep show, which almost none of you, I think Scott has been over there and he actually writes comments. So thank you, Scotty. So I rotated some of the cameras around to make them work better in the dark lighting calmness for the Sweet Sleep show. So the Canon R6 actually gives me a little bit of problems there. So I'm not sure why the Canon R6 is giving me problems. It might be the low lighting. But a little while ago while I was playing with it, it gave me some focusing problems again. So there's a little bit of news. I'll explain all of this on Friday night. But for right now, whoever it is that's watching, I don't have the comments turned on. So I'll turn that on in a second in case anybody is actually in the room. I'm not sure. Okay, so on the Sweet Sleep show, which means I turn the front softbox lights off and only use the hair light above me. The R6, it just won't handle it. It comes in and out of focus, kind of like a Panasonic kind of thing. So I decided I was going to put the Sony in its place, and I did. And the Sony is much better in the low light focusing, but it will still actually check the focus. I don't know what else to call it. Okay. So I took the I took the Nikon, which is kind of like retired. I'm planning on selling the Nikon. And I put it in the position where it would be the main camera for when I'm sitting here to do my live shows. So what are you looking at right now? You're looking at a Nikon Z6 with a 50 millimeter Nikon G lens. So the G lens is not native to the mirrorless. So I'm using an adapter on it. Now here's the catch. If you go to the Sweet Sleep, and it's not for most of you guys, whoever does watch this, this is a different kind of a show. Let me turn on the comments to see if anybody's in this room. Oh yeah, we got a couple of comments. So Scotty's, hi there and howdy. Good to see you, Scott. Mark, what you doing in the middle of the day, buddy? I'm so glad to see you. So you're at your office. Is this like a where you work for someone else, or is it you're working for yourself and you're in your office? Like I'm in my office, but it's been dubbed the Christmas room. So just being nosy to see where you are. Okay. So Scott is saying Sweet Sleep. Okay, so this is going out live because I was talking about Sweet Sleep. Sweet Sleep is a godsend. Okay. So I am able to see the comments. We got one from Jim. What? Peter Gregg live midday on a Wednesday. Greetings from Charleston. Oh, you're getting around there, aren't you? I keep forgetting I changed the cameras. So let me start again since we got a few people in here right now. Okay. Because of the Sweet Sleep show, which 99% of, I think it's got 4 or 5 subscribers. So it's like really big worldwide. Okay. It's a massive show. All right. So I've been having a little bit of camera problems and they've gotten compounded. All right. So here's the compounding and here's the problems. So the Canon R6 which was the main camera for Sweet Sleep. So what makes that one a little bit unique? I don't mean the camera, I mean the show. I turn off all the lights except for my hair light. I'm trying to simulate a calm lighting situation. Like if I was sitting in the room with you and it's dark and you're going to sleep, and I'm just calmly talking to you to get you to relax and go to sleep. Yeah, it's a little weird. But anyway, it's done over the air, so I'm not actually in anybody's bedroom while they're trying to go to sleep. So the Canon R6 is giving me focus problems. So you can go to Sweet Sleep, and if you can't find it, go to my website, petergregg.com, and I've listed my YouTube channels. One of them is Sweet Sleep. Okay, so the very first show, it's called Episode 1, is the Canon, and it is pulsating with its focus because I don't have a good light. So I said, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do here. So I put the Nikon Z6 on Episode 2. And you know what? It was bulletproof. It didn't make a mistake at all, where the Canon was not doing very well with the focus. Now, this camera is the Z6, not the Mark II, just the Z6. And it doesn't give me any focus problems in this situation. Okay? It doesn't give me any focus problems in the situation when I turn off all the lights except for the hair light. So I eventually moved this camera and put it in the lead position. So the really bad thing that happened, I'm over it, so don't get up, I'm okay. Okay, is I put in the order in from B&H Photo to get the Panasonic, that one that I'm in love with, the S5 Mark II with the new phase detection focus system. And I got an email back that said, unfortunately, you're not getting enough clicks. People are not clicking on your clicks. And so we're going to have to not give you this order, and we'll have to talk about it if we're going to continue with you. But it won't be until after the Passover and probably into the next month. So I'm taking it as a Dear John letter. We like you, but goodbye, okay? Well, I was upset for a few days, but if I'm not making enough clicks and they keep sending me cameras every month, it would probably be in their best interest not to continue shipping me cameras. Now, that's not the way I look at it. I like getting new cameras so I could share them with you. But it is what it is. So the Sweet Sleep is something, that channel is something I can focus on. Right now I'm making yogurt in the kitchen. So I'm making a video for Peter's kitchen. Okay, so I didn't make any changes in there. So the changes are no more cameras from B&H. I pulled the for sale sign off of the Nikon Z6, and I put the Z6 here as my main camera, which I'm looking at you right now. So the R6 is basically not even in the mix anymore. So as they change, I'll tell you what they are. This is the ZFC. This is a Nikon ZFC. It's way up in the corner, okay? And it's got a Viltrox lens. So what you're watching right now is the Nikon Z6, and it's got a Nikon lens on it. And the Nikon lens is a 50 millimeter 1.4. Very nice, okay? See, look at the background blur. However, because it's a 50 millimeter, okay, so now we just switched to a Sony. So this is a Sony E10. I know, Sony has done strange things with their names, okay, with that new camera. E1, E10, ZV1, ZV-E10. A little bit confusing, but I'm going to make a video and I'm going to hammer them hard on that. What is wrong with you, Sony? Can't you figure out how to name things? Call it Vloggity Vlog Camera 1, okay? Because that's what that camera is. So the Nikon is back in use. So the problem with it is it's a 50 millimeter. I have to have the tripod in the middle of everything, which means Peter, me, can trip just walking around it. It could get knocked over. So what it needs is an 85 millimeter lens, so I can put it back over there on the tripod where the R6 was. And that makes things all happy because there's no cables running across the room. There's no tripods on the floor. Everything is on the credenza, and I got short little tripods, and Sly made a special bar so that the cameras can go on them. But I need an 85 millimeter lens. And guess what lens I do not have for the Z6? I don't have an 85 millimeter lens. Okay? So that's what's wrong. All right? So until I figure that out, I'm probably going to sell one of the Nikon lenses, the 24 to 72.8. And it's not native to here either. It's the old mount. And I'll buy the 85. So that's what we got going. So we got no new cameras coming from B&H anymore. They shunned. I've been shunned, okay? And I pulled the R6 out of circulation, and I put the E10. I'll tell you when it goes over to the E10. And it's got the 50 millimeter Zeiss on the Sony E10, which is a really good lens, okay? So this is it. This is the camera. Let me point to it. Yeah. So that's a Sony E10 with the Zeiss 50 millimeter lens. And that's at 1.4. And it's way far away, but because it's a 50 millimeter on a crop sensor, it's somewhere like 83, 85, something like that. So it's working good. So what's the R6 going to do? It's either going to go up for sale, or I'm going to take the R6 and use it as my going out camera. It's a little heavy though, okay? So that's neither here nor there. So the first thing I need is to get this camera out of the middle of the walkway. And the only way to do that is to get a native Nikon lens, which is under $400. I'm going to get the Viltrox. So the Viltrox 85 millimeter 1.8 lens will let me put this camera back up on the shelf where it belongs, and it won't be where I will be tripping. Okay, so I saw Jim Monday. Greetings from Charleston. He's at work. I'm surprised there's anybody coming in here because this is 3 o'clock, 3:10 in the middle. That's Jim Monday. I already read your stuff, Jim. And I need to... Oh, Mark put another comment. I'm in my office in a building. Downtown Chicago building. I'm a videographer for a company. Well, that's cool. So you got a feed in your office, so you're able to see this if you're still on. I don't know who's on and who's off. So that's it. Just a quick thing. I need to see how this Nikon's going to behave. So it does have different... you guys that run OBS and stuff, you do know that it's got like one scene, okay, and then I can add another scene with the same camera and just make it stronger. So I need to see what this looks like. And that's why I decided to go live. I don't know if I need to change the sharpening or anything to that effect. And that's it. A short little live thing. Saying hello to everybody. Love you guys. Thank you for whoever popped in. And Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida, over and out. Goodbye. Thank you for being here in the middle of the day. All right. All right. I was just going to go off. Motivated Minds. I did a Carlos. I was going to say that, but you weren't here. I pulled a Carlos. I just turned on the camera. I explained everything, so you have to go back and watch it. I see you changed your avatar. I really like that one. It looks like a... What? It's like, let's talk about this, okay? What's going on? I want to hear what's going on. Okay, so... That's it. So, I guess I should ask, because there's people that's going to watch this later. What does this Z6 need? Sharper? Is it sharp enough? Colors? Too bright? Not bright enough? You guys can answer those if you want. You don't have to. I'm going to watch it back myself. I'll figure it out, and I'll adjust this camera. So I took it off the shelf because I had it for sale, but I'm going to use it now. All right, so... I pulled a Carlos on all of you guys. I just decided to turn all the machines on and be right here in the middle of the day. And Carlos says he's in between clients, but your avatar really caught my attention more than your comment, believe it or not. I really like that. So good job on whoever did that. Either you Fiverred it out, you have a person that can do it for you, or you did it yourself. So neither here nor there. Doesn't matter. So that's it. We've got a good 15-minute show. I'm going to leave it up because I need to go look at it. I'm going to go look at it at a few different computers. I'm going to look at it on my May computer. Right now, all I see it is on a TV. I'm going to look at it on the computer in my bedroom. I'm going to look at it on my phone, on my iPad, and then I will make some choices. I need to see how my skin looks. Does it make me look old and crinkly, or is the Nikon flattering for my skin? I am shooting, I believe, in 4K, so I just need to check the quality also. And that's it. So let's not make this a long goodbye. Thank you for whoever popped in, whoever gave it a thumbs up, whoever said hello. Thank you so much. And now I'm off to continue piddle-paddling around in the Christmas room, Miami, Florida. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Go back to work. Yeah, you. Go back to work. Okay, that's a Ferris Bueller. All right, bye-bye.